welcome back to my channel. I just need to make sure I've put that in the right direction. It's not quite right. There we go. So thank you to my returning subscribers, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, then please do. You will get more videos like this. You'll get notifications about when I do a new video as well, so you can be there ready for it. That's freaking me out a little bit, so I'm just going to move that over there because I can see it in the background like staring at me. It's just a bit scary. Okay, so today's reading, we are going to get into the archetype cards. Now, I haven't done this for a little while, but the archetype cards kind of give us an aspect of somebody's personality. So this could be you yourself, or it could be somebody that's on your mind right now that we are going to be looking at. So you will know straight away which one it is, whether it is you or not. So take what resonates, don't try and make anything fit, and we'll get into this. So if there's something on your mind right now, then it's very, there's probably a lot that's going to come out for you about your situation, okay? So think of a situation right now that's on your mind. It could be about you or another person. We have Knight so far. So I'm just going to get a couple more cards to come out on here. What can we talk about? Don Juan, that's come out before recently when I got these. Gambler. Okay. This has been coming out a lot lately, actually. So if you've happened upon my videos recently and started watching them recently, then I feel like this is definitely for you. And you'll know who you are. Okay. So we've got our four here. Let's have a look at these. So we've got Knight, which has the attributes of loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honour. It's a bit like the Knight of Cups in tarot. And the shadow attributes is allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Now, this is the energy I feel of somebody who is quite romantic, or you perhaps are a very good-looking person. You attract a lot of attention, I feel. Maybe you're quite charismatic and you have a good way with people, okay? Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. We have Don Juan, so spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So you're very seductive in lots of ways. I feel like people are taken in by your beauty. They're captivated by you. And they're also, maybe you kind of use that to your advantage sometimes, or you have done in the past. Shadow attributes is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Now, I've sensed somebody here that maybe you have a lot of options. You have a lot of people around you that want to be with you. And I feel like sometimes that maybe gives you a little bit of an energy of kind of spreading yourself quite thinly around different people, or you just can't make up your mind who you want to be with. Maybe you kind of in something for a little while and then you move on to the next thing. What I'm feeling from this is an energy of somebody that would like to have quite a committed relationship, but maybe you, this is going to sound, I don't want this to sound or come across like I'm judging in any way, but you may find that you get a little bit despondent or bored, or just you need spice in your relationships, I feel. And sometimes when things start to get stagnant or a little bit too committed, you need change. You need something to spice it up. So perhaps then and you find you're not short of offers from people. I see you perhaps have quite short-term relationships maybe, and then move on to the next. Let's have a look. And then Gambler. So yeah, this kind of has that energy in it as well, sort of like, you try to take a chance on things. You do take a chance on things, and you're usually quite a lucky person, I feel. So willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So you've always been your own person, I feel. You don't sort of take on face value what somebody else is telling you. You'll go with your own guidance as to what you feel is right for you. Shadow attributes, relying on luck rather than hard work. Now, I feel like you are that kind of person. You're charismatic. You perhaps a little bit cheeky, a little bit charming, and people just let you get away with things, okay? That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling from this. You kind of a bit happy-go-lucky through your life, and you always seem to come out on top. Child eternal. So your light attributes is determination to remain young in body, mind and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. I feel like however old you are, you look young for your age. And I feel like you're perhaps a little bit wild at heart. You're young at heart. Even if you've got children, if you've got family, I would say that your family would probably say that you're young at heart. You know, you're not really tied down by anything. You like to take opportunities. You live your life. Okay, you enjoy adventures, excitement, passion, romance. This is how you kind of live your life. So why is this in? Because that I've just described there, somebody that sounds like they have a wonderful life, you know, that kind of has opportunities all over the place. But I've got this sense or feeling that this person here who we're talking about, whether this is you or somebody in your energy right now, is perhaps feeling a little bit like they want something more stable, more solid. Perhaps you're getting bored of this kind of way of being, this way of life, okay? So let's see what the runes are telling us for you right now. Yeah, communication. So I feel like you've perhaps had some communication with your spirit guides here, or just communication with yourself, like you're listening to that inner voice within you and it's telling you something different. You're actually listening to yourself at this time. And we have Feihu as well. This is bringing about, you're aligning yourself with an abundant energy, with an energy of wealth. You are definitely looking for security here. So this could be where before, you know, you're taking a gamble on things like that, you're not willing to take such a gamble anymore. Maybe you've lost in some respects through that gamble. And so Willow, there's something that you've been intending here, that you've been manifesting in your life, and you've been through a lot of healing around this. I feel it's been around the romantic stuff actually. There's an energy here of, I'm just really hearing constantly, like, I want some stability, I want some security. And in the past, like this child eternal, you know, the shadow attributes, dependency on others for physical security. I feel like you still do perhaps have that need or desire for somebody around you to give you that security. Maybe you constantly look for validation in other people at times. But maybe there's this energy of you just wanting to depend on yourself as well now. And you're realising actually what it is that you really want from your relationships, from your life, from everything, okay? So let's see what the tarot is telling us on here for you today. So what energy do we have coming through? What is this current situation for this person that we have right here that we have just described? What is the current situation for this person? What is the current situation for this person? Okay, so we've got some changes going on. It's interesting because the wheel is like a bit of a lottery as well. This is like a gambling kind of card. So it's, you are taking a gamble in a way that you never have before. And this is the kind of gamble where it's a real change and it's aligning you with something much higher, like a higher purpose here. And it's something that you've become really aware of. It's almost like once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. There's an energy here that you just can't back away from this. You can't get away from this kind of epiphany that you've had, or this like aha moment of what's happening here. You've got some real clarity on what needs to change in your life. And it feels like it is really about bringing that stability, that security in. Because I feel like you think a lot, like you're in your head a lot. You kind of process things, you sit and think often, maybe like pondering what your next move should be, whether that's career-wise or in relationships, or what you want to do in your life. And I feel like you have made plenty of changes through your life, but now you're getting to a point where it's like, I don't want to just make a change without really putting some thought into it and really kind of, because in the past you have felt that instability, like there's no real foundation. And that's kind of what you're looking for now with Feihu present there, is you're communicating to yourself, actually, I feel like I need some stability. So let's see what the challenge is here for you right now. What is your challenge? What is your challenge? You're learning. You are learning something about yourself, I feel. You're learning about manifesting. And that's probably why you've got Cirillo there, is you're learning about, you know, the challenge here is like what you want to manifest and actually being able to achieve it. But there's something about you, the challenge of commitment, the challenge of something that is long-term investment. And you're starting to become aware of that maybe you back away from investing in something long-term, and you'll realise, like, you're working on, why is that? Why do I do that? But you're actually, through what you're learning about yourself here, you're actually manifesting something really quite profound, something that is bringing this security and stability into your life. But the challenge here is are you ready for it? Once it actually arrives, if you've been asking for this and working towards it and recognizing what you want, are you able to accept it once it arrives? It is a challenge. It really is a challenge. So what do you need to focus on? What do you need to focus on right now? Okay, so focusing at the moment on something from the past. You have had an awareness or an epiphany about something from your past that is, you can't get this off your mind. Now you've seen it, you can't unsee it, is what I'm feeling from this. Let me just get a little bit more clarity on that Six of Cups. It's like a memory. You're reminiscing about something. They're telling you to focus on that. Focus on a memory from the past. What is it? Oh, okay. It feels like it's to do with a union. So focusing on something from the past, this could be a past relationship or a past connection that you've had. And it feels to me like it was part of your romantic cycle, if you like. So it's sort of like you felt very romantic about this. You went about it in the same way that you normally do in any other relationship. But this one kind of stood out in a way as being more stable. Something that you felt you could commit to. So I feel like the focus here is about you kind of like maybe giving this another chance, is what it feels like if you're thinking about something from the past. So your focus is on a relationship from the past that brings you stability and security, that you have communicated to yourself about, realise the wealth that it brings, and setting an intention to manifest it. Okay, we're getting somewhere with this. So again, don't try and make this fit. If that does not resonate with you at all, then this probably isn't your reading. But if you know what I'm talking about, that would have hit you straight away. That would have gone straight into your mind as to what that is. Now, it feels like you feel that there's some unfinished business with this. There's something that's not complete about it. Yeah, there's unfinished business here. So what do you need to do about this? What do you need to do? Okay, so it's saying about investing in it, actually. It's saying about nurturing it. This is the card of, like, you know, looking over your harvest at what you've got, what you've achieved, what you've done for yourself. And this is kind of like, you know, it feels to me that there's still something there, and maybe there's still an opportunity there, in which case you can nurture that and work on it. It's kind of like about building something up, growing something, rooting it down. Yeah. So that's what it's telling you to do here, is find a way to really nurture this. Give it roots. What is the future of this? What is the future of this? Okay. So it seems to me that there's a pattern of sometimes holding back, being stuck in your head, not actually really communicating what it is that you want or how you feel. And due to that, it's kind of holding this energy of, you know, the future is looking like where you are right now, the energy that you're in, is kind of like this recognition of being stuck in your head and not communicating. And that's what's caused sabotage perhaps in the past, or just a holding back and not really coming forward with how you feel. It's like restricting yourself in a way, having doubts, okay? So it's kind of suggesting that, I'm going to say from about May almost, you've been very up in your head about this. And then this is where recently you've had, and I say this is over the past few days actually, you've had this real epiphany about this, like a realisation of how you feel. And this is where you're at right now. It's sort of like over the next month or so is you kind of like just feeling a little bit restricted, maybe not able to do anything about this. Okay, so that's where you're at. But what is actually going to happen about this? What will happen? Okay, we've got the Sun. It's going to manifest what you are thinking about, what you are wanting. It doesn't matter how much you are restricted or feeling like all is lost, or like you've sabotaged everything, or that everything's been destroyed or sabotaged or anything like that. This is kind of suggesting that what will happen is it's going to align. Things are going to align, manifest. There's going to be a lot of joyfulness, a lot of movement here, a lot of healing as well. It's bringing you a lot of healing from there. So I'm just going to get some more clarity on that Five of Swords. Why are you feeling like that? Why are you feeling like that? Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like you feel like that because you've had your heart broken in the past. Maybe there's been temptation and you're kind of holding back because of that. I've got a sense for, because what we've looked at here with the Don Juan and everything and the night and all the romantic stuff, I feel like maybe there was, with this connection, perhaps somebody kind of stepped out and was tempted by something else, okay? But I feel like that broke your own heart. And in doing that, you kind of had to keep this all close to your chest. You've not been able to communicate it. But Answers was the first rune that came out on there. So perhaps you have communicated this to yourself now as actually like, you know, I'm feeling quite heartbroken over this. I'm feeling quite bad over this. And I feel like you've been lying to yourself a little bit about how you really feel about this. And like, but you haven't been able to let go either. Okay, so that's why we've got that Five of Swords on there. And what about the Eight of Swords? So that's what's blocking the future here of this connection, is because of the things that you're holding back from the past. There's a need for communication here, definitely a need for communication to allow that abundance to come in for you. Sure, what is that for the Eight of Swords? Okay, so you're holding back because you know that you need to come in with something that is more solid, more committed. Okay, this is about having faith in something, and having faith in yourself, I feel, is the most important thing, being able to trust yourself. And what this whole experience has done actually is elevated you spiritually. It's allowing you to actually see yourself in a different way and acknowledge the path that you are driven towards, that you are moving towards. And it's helping you to collapse patterns that have maybe held you back from really embracing that enlightened part of yourself. Now it's definitely a lot to do with rooting down stability, security. You know, there's a new venture here and there's plans to be made with this. I do feel that. So let's see what advice we have for you right now. Giving and receiving in balance. This is about getting balance right now. So it's almost like everything that you want from this, you need to give to yourself and show willing to give as well. So I don't know if you're not speaking to this past relationship person right now, or even if you are, maybe you're just friends, I don't know. But there's that sense, remember, of this is like some kind of union that you know of, that you've been reminiscing about. And there's this energy of being able to give in return. So perhaps this person was very giving towards you and you backed away, or maybe you were very giving to this person and they backed away, but there's going to be a balance of giving and receiving here. And the advice here is to always try and stay balanced and present in that. You're definitely going through a real transition, you know, you're heading out of a storm almost, like a lot of chaos and stormy weather, into something much calmer. And in those calmer waters, you're able to see things quite plainly. It's like you've stepped away from something very chaotic. Okay, so what are your hopes and fears around this? The truth. Your hopes and fears are around the truth. One, you're hoping to obtain some truth and some justice, and you're hoping to follow through with integrity. But you're also a little bit afraid of the truth coming out, I feel. It's like a fear of, like, if you tell the truth about this, that this person isn't going to like you anymore, or this isn't going to go ahead anymore. So again, with that balance of giving and receiving, this is about two people being able to talk honestly to each other, being able to find that balance without judgment, just listening, basically. It's about listening. No, like, oh, you're wrong or you're right or anything like that, just listening. So what is the outcome here? Oh, that one's come out a lot today. Okay. There's an outcome here to do with unconditional love. There is a lot to do with unconditional love. And you're inspired and kind of enthused by this feeling of unconditional love. Maybe you've never felt that before, and that's why you've been in this Don Juan energy and this Knight energy, because it's like always been more surface level, where there's something from your past that's felt deeper than that. And you didn't really understand it at the time. But then recently, there's been this change and you've realised your fate now, and you've kind of come to this conclusion of, like, I get it now. I can see this clearly now. And this has led you to actually feeling that unconditional love. Now, whether you're the female here or you're the male here, this is about whoever is the feminine within this connection brings a lot of nurture, brings a lot of stability, and yeah, just the balance of giving and receiving within this connection. But also a lot of lightheartedness, a lot of fun and inspiration, okay? It's almost like perhaps you bring to each other this ability to, like, you walk away from each other with ideas, you know, feeling good, feeling like you know the way forward. And you starting to realise this. So there's definitely an energy of stability, security, and unconditional love that you are feeling inspired and enthusiastic about heading towards now. This always makes me think of, like, the mini Fool in a way. So it's like, you know, the Fool is there to take a chance. It's like, you know, sod it, let's just go for it. And that's what you're kind of being called to. This is the outcome here, is that you're just going to go, yeah, I'm ready for this. Don't need to be overdoing it with thinking it through and processing and all of this. It's just, let's just see what happens. Let's just take it day by day and get into it. So if this reading resonates with you and you would like a personalised reading, my details are down in the description box. So drop me an email and we can sort that out for you. I also offer 1 or 2 question readings as well, or however many questions you want. They're £10 each. Just drop me through PayPal, then drop me an email with your question and I will get those to you, usually within 1 or 2 hours if I've got my phone with me and my tarot and cards with me, but usually within 24 hours at least. So I hope this reading finds you well. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I will speak to you again soon. Have a blessed evening.